everyone, I'm Dr. Sonali and I welcome you all to CSE Core Concepts in the series of Data Science with Python. So far we have studied about the Matplotlib library, about the line charts. Now in this video we are going to discuss about some few more types of plots, namely the bar and the scatter plots. So what is a bar plot? It is very common. Now bar plot is basically used when you have to represent the categories of the data with the bar length or height proportional to the values. Okay. The length of the bar will be depending on how higher value it is. So basically it is for discrete categories in which axis for categories and another axis is for the values. So say for example, I have certain fruits. Let's say I'm noting down the sales of the fruits, namely apples, bananas, cherries and dates. So 400, 350, these are the quantities of those fruits sold. And now I want to have a graphical representation. So you can see here the different values. So more the value, the height of the bar chart will be higher, right? So you can even customize the bar charts with various types of colors and creating some horizontal plots and adjusting the bar width. So let us first see a very small example of creating a bar chart and then we will proceed with the customization. So for here I have imported the pandas and the numpy. Right now we are not using the CSV dataset. We are creating our own list, but in case if you create your CSV data set, you may use pandas. Sometimes we may use some mathematical functions, so it is a good practice to import the library numpy. And of course we are looking at the plot, so we will be importing the matplotlib.pyplot library with the alias plt. So here I have declared the names of the fruits is apples, bananas, cherries and dates, and the another list represents the sales of each of the fruit items. So I am representing plt.bar fruit sales xy. So on one axis I want the fruits, on the other axis I want the sales, right? Right now let me create just a default bar chart. So I'm just giving the x and the y values. Of course, the plot title, x label, y label and show. So let us see how does it looks like. So it looks something like this. Now here you can first of all customize the color. So after you give the x and the y axis value, you can say color is equals to, let's say you want to give red color, right? So obviously it will show the bar plot in the red color. These are the minor customizations. Now even if you want to, this is a vertical bar chart, you may want to create a horizontal bar chart by saying sales and fruits, you can exchange them x and y axis. So you can see this is creating a vertical bar edge. Sorry, you have to mention here edge, sorry, otherwise it is not getting it. So bar edge, right? So it is giving you a bar chart, right? A horizontal bar chart. So let us not create it. Let us just keep our chart as it is, what we had created. Now you can go up for some more customizations. Let's say, okay, so plt dot bar and our x-axis was fruits and the y-axis was sales. So I want to keep it as it is, right? Okay. So you can even adjust the bar width, because you saw here the bar width was very less here when we were plotting a bar horizontal bar chart. So you can always say color is equals to red and you can say width is equals to 0.3. Width is equals to 0.3. Now you do not know how much 0.3 width will be. So you can just have a testing on it. Sorry. Yeah, so you can just test on it. So how does it look like? Okay, so basically what it is doing here is that you can, okay, these are the confusions with the number of okay, so with bar edge it is not possible, so let us keep it bar. Okay, yeah, so with bar it is possible. So the width is, looks very less, so you can just increase the width of the plot and as you like it. Understood? So basically this is what sales versus fruits. You can keep it fruits versus sales, the value which was suitable for you. Okay, so basically you can just create it and you can see the width increase or decrease. A minor changes, right? Now you can create multiple bar charts in one frame also. Let us have a look at it how we can do that. So let us see. I am keeping the bar width narrow, okay, like 0.25. Now I want to create some subplots. If you remember in line charts also we had created some four subplots within one plot, right? So I want to have a comparison of IT, CES, EC, CSC departments. Okay, various departments. So first of all, I am creating some subplots with a figure of size 12 cross 8. Right. Now IT, this is the list of values in the IT. So let's say the marks. I want to do a comparison of marks. Right. So bar 1. Okay. So I am saying I am arranging the length of IT. Now what am I doing here is that so first of all, before plotting it, what you can do is that you have to arrange these values, right? You have to, so this is going to create a sequential integer, right, of the values. Now this is basically required because when you want the same range and you want to show one after the other, right? So br1.np.a range, that is array range. Okay, a range means array range of length of IT. Whatever is the length of this, the same will be given x plus bar width of for x in br1 and for x in br2. Now plt dot bar, you are calling the bar plot function. What is your data? Your data is br1, for you are saying IT. Color is maybe red. You want width is the bar width which you have declared here, or you can give individual width also. Edge color gray and label IT. Okay, these are the parameters which you are giving. Understood? The list has to be taken from BR IT. Fine. Now, why it is so? Because you are giving only one value here. See, here you had two values, apples versus bananas. Sorry, apple versus fruits versus the sales, right? So here you do not have. You are comparing. You are creating individual bar charts for each of them. Understood? Versus what? So for that you have to create that array range. Now you are plotting X label and you are giving the branch and the number of students passed. Okay, so these are the X ticks. So you are giving a range like in 2015, how many students passed, 2016, 17, you are giving the labels. You remember length of IT, we had taken that bar width, you have to give the labels. So let's say instead of writing 15, 16, 17, 18 in that list, what we did is that see, for 2015, this is the range, this is for the red is for the IT, green is for the EC department and blue is for the CSE. Then this is the case in 2016, 17, 18 and 19. So a good comparative analysis. So what did we do? We had list of past students. Okay, number of students who have passed in each of the department and we want to plot it. So if you want to plot it, you have to make the array range, right? So the range, see here the range should be same here, right? So for the 2016 also same range. So you have to align the ranges, right? So for that you have to do this bar width for x in x plus bar width, because the next range has to be shown here. The next range of BR2 has to be started from this position. I hope you are getting it, right? So how much? This is x plus the bar width. So you are leaving one bar width space, right? Again, this is complete. Again, you are leaving one bar width space. Then you are again setting the new range, again bar width space. I hope you are getting it. Understood? So this is what you are doing, bar width plus x, okay, for x in what? BR1. So what is BR1? That is the length of that you are arranging. So this is how you can create the multiple bar plots in this. Now you can create some stacked plots also. You can create some stacked bar plots also. So how you can stack it? Stacking is what you are putting one above the other. Let us say, for example, here let us see one example first of here. Understand it. So it represents different groups on one of the other. Like let's say you are creating only one bar. So this may you want to show the ratio of girls versus boys, right? So this is up to here girls and then it is boys. So that is called as a stacked bar chart. So height of the bar depends on the total combination of the groups. Let's say I am saying in my class there are total 100 students. Out of that 20 are boys and 80 are girls. So what we can do is that the bar plot will show up to here 80. This shade will be for the girls and this will be for the boys, and the total height will be 100. Understood? So let's say n is equals to 5. Okay. I am saying some marks, or okay, so let's say height of the people, something we are putting it. Okay, contribution by the teams. There are two teams, girls team and the boys team. Okay, now 20 points contributed by standard 2, 35 points, 30 points, maybe these values we are putting. Now we want to set up a bar chart. So how are we going to set up the bar chart? We are creating subplots of size 10 cross 7. Okay, figure size is total 10 cross 7. So I am saying plot dot bar my IND. What is IND? The index which we are setting. Okay, boys width, and this is the y-axis value will be the boys standard. Now this is what we are stacking it up, right? So you have to use these arguments and let us see how does it look like. So these are the labels, ticks, whatever ticks values you want to give, that you can give. Let us see here. So this is what we have done. We have declared n is 5. Number of these are the boys team, girls team, standard, girls standard, and we have arranged the indexes. Width is our 0.35, and figure we are creating some subplots. And the first plot plt dot bar is for the boys. It is showing the contribution. Let's see. Let's execute. You can see here. You can understand from this graph. So we have kept here the indexes x ticks, that T1, T2, T3, T4, T5. That is team 1, team 2, team 3. Like that you might have done. Contribution by the teams. The orange represents girls and the blue represents the boys, right? So total contribution. So T1 team has contributed how much? T1 team has contributed, this is the contribution of the boys and this is the girls. So for the T2 team, the more contribution has scored higher. You can see 35 and 32, they have scored higher than the first one, out of which the girls have contributed 32 and boys have contributed 35. The next team is what, your 34 and 30. So I hope you understood how are we placing these values. Understood everyone? Right? So this is how you can create different types of bar plots with different types of categories. You can create some legends. You can say use some values. Okay. So this is how P1 of 0, P2 of 0, boys and girls. You are showing that ratio. So I hope you understood. In my next video, we are going to discuss about the scatter plots. Okay. So they are also helpful for visualizing different types of data. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and this series is going to be very interesting where you will be learning different types of plots for data visualization. Thank you.